Good morning. Happy Saturday. I know for most of us, this is a break from the work week. Thank goodness I needed a weekend. And those of you who are still working, I hope your weekend comes very soon. We are 5 days into our challenge. We're at the halfway point. I can tell you what happens here. We've had good intentions. Maybe we started off the first couple of days of the challenge been going well, but we start to slip into our old patterns. And especially weekends may be disruptive for that. So if you have a Monday to Friday work schedule, sort of a typical schedule, you probably do exactly the same things in the morning. So scheduling in your meditation, linking it to an existing habit, like sitting for a few minutes while your coffee is brewing or your water is warming up for your tea. Great times to insert your meditation. But on the weekends, I didn't set an alarm today. I didn't immediately go and shower, so I didn't hit my meditation cushion first thing. So I'm glad we're going to be meditating a little bit together at the end of this video. Just to recap real quick, if you're catching up on the weekend here, we spent the first couple of days talking about our meditation practice. We learned that we were going to sit still, bring our attention completely and fully to the experience of the breath. We were going to use the 4 R's to work with our mind. We were going to count our breaths in and out. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3. We're going to get up to the count of 10. And we're going to use the 4 R's. We're going to recognize when we start to get distracted. We're going to release that thought by returning fully and completely back to the experience of the breath. And the most important R is the 4th R. We're going to repeat this over and over because whether we're sitting for 3 minutes or 3 hours, our mind is going to start racing and trying to run away from where we are. So we're just going to keep gently, without judgment, bringing it back in and practicing that over and over. So, yesterday, we started what I think is the most important part of this challenge. And we're going to continue to build on that because I think Monday's challenge is the single most important. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I want to stay with today. Yesterday, we started practicing bringing mindfulness into our day-to-day. And we used a simple example like washing our hands. We're going to use another example, something that allows us to explore different sensations and see how we can work with our mind in our everyday life. Today, I'd like you to engage in a mindful eating exercise. So, same exercise as yesterday with the washing our hands. We're going to take a little bit of a deep breath. We're going to let that tension go from our jaws and shoulders. We're just going to remind ourselves that we want to be present in this moment. And then we're going to use our awareness the same way that we were going to use our awareness of what we're eating, the same way we would use the experience of our breath in our practice. So a lot of instructors will use chocolate or a clementine, something sweet and enjoyable. And we would slowly start to eat the section of clementine, and we really bring our attention to the texture as it opens in our mouth, the juices that start to flow, that wonderful sensation of the sweetness, the feeling of swallowing and how somehow magically the feeling of the food disappears on its way down to our stomach. I really try to enjoy, elongate that experience. And, as we're eating a clementine, it's not a 7-second exercise, right? It might take us 2 or 3 minutes. So this is a great time. We'll see 1 second we're really enjoying the food. Next thing we're like, oh, but I got to go to the grocery store. Geez, I keep forgetting to pick up paper towels. We're going to recognize we're thinking. We're going to release that thought. We're going to return fully and completely to the mindful exercise of eating our food. Food's really important in the same way that breath is. It's a wonderful thing to practice with. We absolutely need to keep breathing. It connects us with the world around us. If we didn't have the sun shining and the rain, we wouldn't have trees that give us oxygen to keep us alive moment to moment. It's a wonderful expression and way of experiencing our interconnectedness with those around us, the world around us. Food is the exact same thing. We needed farmers, we needed transportation, we needed the folks at the grocery store kind enough to put it out, to check us out, bring us out at the grocery store, right? The people who made our cars so we could drive our cars back to the house, right? So our food is another way that we can not just experience a sensation in the present moment, but also our interconnectedness to the rest of the human project. So really valuable exercise, especially when we're feeling isolated or alone. I've talked a little bit this week. I'm going through a breakup. And it can be really, an isolating experience. And having friends check in and then using these kind of mindfulness exercises, one, can create a larger container to hold those strong emotions. But two, I can remind myself I'm never disconnected from the people around me, and especially the people I love. So that's our mindfulness exercise. We have a rest day tomorrow. Sundays, we try to take it kind of easy, get a little meditation in, make sure we take a nap. We take a day off from the video. And we'll come back on Monday with my favorite mindfulness exercise. So we're going to meditate for 3 minutes here, our little tradition of closing this out. See you on the other side. Okay. Happy Saturday. Please let us know in the discussion group how your mindful eating exercise went. Let us know if you have any questions. And if you're on the email list, just drop us a note. Let me know how you're doing. It's just me on the other side. I'd love to hear from you. Happy New Year's, everybody.